And it's snowing here in Sarajevo. Welcome to the second part of Europe District. Later in the program, we'll meet Europe's first veiled mayor. She runs the city of Visoko. She will tell us more about the place of Islam in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We'll listen to some sevda, that's Bosnia's traditional music. And we'll meet Jasna Šamić, a Bosnian author. She will show us her favorite places in Sarajevo. But let's move to our next story. As we saw in the first part of the program, Bosnia and Herzegovina is literally split along ethnic lines, with divisions frozen in law. Nowhere is it more true than in the divided city of Mostar. There, Bosniak and Croat students study different curricula under the same roof.
Behind its brand new facade, Mostar's high school is tackling age-old problems. Most of the 650 students here were born after the war ended in 1995, but their classrooms are a new front line. The battle against Bosnia's segregated schools is being played out in these corridors. This is one of the only mixed schools in the country, yet even here most classes are divided along ethnic lines.
This class is having a physics lesson. They're following the Bosniak curriculum. And this classroom next door, they're having a maths class following the Croat curriculum.
It's still progress though. Until recently, the school operated the post-war two schools under one roof policy, a system where students attended in shifts using separate entrances. Now technology class, sports and activities like the debating club are all mixed.
Unfortunately, it's politics that's delaying progress. I will say this undiplomatically. Our politicians just don't want us to have joint projects.
Further integration is hampered by the fact that there's no national curriculum, and Mostar municipality has two official curricula enshrined in law, a concession to the deep ethnic divisions that still exist here.
Having two curricula deepens the distance between us. It's politics that is deepening this division. If there was only one curriculum, we could cooperate more easily.
I think it's stupid. We're kept separate because of politics, not because we, the students, want this.
I think the two curricula are fine. I follow the federal classes, but they're both good.
I don't think people should make difference anymore. That's the problem with our government and with our everything in this country.
Education reform remains a contentious issue in Mostar, one of the most divided and politically deadlocked cities in Bosnia. There's been no census since the war, but it's estimated that Croats now form a majority.
We don't change our educational system. What is crucial in every society in the world, education is the main thing that you have to, that should have quality. We have no future in this country.
Rights groups say there are at least 34 schools in the country that still don't have ethnically mixed classes. In Mostar, the memories of the war are still fresh, and the fight to educate the new generation together has only just begun.
Few visitors will leave Sarajevo without hearing the haunting notes of sevda. This traditional style, known for its melancholy, is inextricably linked to the city, but now it's gaining an audience abroad. Let's go to Brussels, where our correspondent met with the woman who's been called Bosnia's Billie Holiday.
With her smooth and sultry voice, Amira is known as the Billie Holiday of Bosnia. She sings sevda, a traditional genre of folk music, mostly love songs with melancholic beats.
It's a state of being. It's something that comes really from the deepest secret places in your heart, in your soul.
Amira's mother taught her these songs. Now she performs them to audiences all over.
For many years, you know, when people ask me, okay, oh, you're from Bosnia, okay, how was it? I said, what? During the war. I said, it was bad, but it's over, you know, it's like, it's finished, it doesn't exist anymore. So let's change the opinion, you know, let's tell people about good things coming from this country.
For those who know Amira and parts of her culture, the message is already clear.
Great voice, beautiful.
Amira i Boško Jović.
The audience in Brussels is enthralled. With the sounds of Sevda, Amira shows there's more to Bosnia than the war.
During the siege of Sarajevo, Markele Market was the scene of two terrible massacres which killed over 100 civilians. The war was a traumatizing experience for Bosnians. As a result, a number of Muslim Bosniaks found comfort in their faith. Our reporter traveled to Visoko to meet Europe's first veiled mayor. She asked her to tell us more about the place of Islam in Bosnia.
Amra Babic made history last November. The 43-year-old economist became the first elected veiled mayor in Europe. The war widow and mother of three is also one of Bosnia's few high-profile female politicians.
The campaign was very tough. There were lots of comments about women knowing their place. They even tried to damage my standing among Muslim voters. One of my opponents declared, "I never saw a woman up front in the mosque," to which I answered, "I'm running to be mayor, not to be an imam."
Babic was put forward by the centre-right SDA, one of the main political forces in the country. This pro-Muslim party made her the figurehead of their municipal campaigns. In the town, her Islamic head covering isn't an issue.
I don't care if she wears the veil. You know, for us it's not unusual.
It doesn't change anything. Her headscarf doesn't call into question her honesty or integrity.
It's important for me as a woman who wears the headscarf. It shows we have our place in society, that the headscarf isn't a barrier.
Back at the town hall, Babic has non-stop meetings. The local council, funding requests. Everybody who deals with her says she's a refreshing change. In this still very patriarchal society, there are only 4 other female mayors.
In this period of transition, her election shows that women are no longer apart. We can be part of public and political life. We're educated, we speak foreign languages. Finally, we dare to stand for office.
Babic started wearing the veil after her husband's death. She also got involved in politics then, first heading an association for families of killed Muslim soldiers, then as finance minister of a neighbouring district. In her 20 years of wearing the veil, she says it's never been an obstacle for her.
My headscarf is a message. It shows I follow a certain way of life, certain principles. These principles are the same in all religions. Things that are banned in Islam are also banned in other religions.
In Babic, Bosnia got its first veiled politician, one who remains an exception in a country where most Muslim women don't cover their heads.
It's time to meet a new guest in the program, Jasna Šamić. She's a Franco-Bosnian writer. She will show us her Sarajevo. Jasna, nice to meet you.
Hello.
We're here in the center of Sarajevo, in the apartment where you grew up, where you spent your childhood.
Yes, I spent here my childhood. Please sit down. I will tell you, yes, it was the office of my father. He was professor of the University of Sarajevo. And in this building lived many important persons from Yugoslavia, from former Yugoslavia. We had here in this building many painters, many writers. Unfortunately, everything changed after the war, after this siege, a terrible siege. And now the people who live in this building are mostly nouveau riche.
In your latest book, The Portrait of Balthazar, you deal with the rise of Islam in Bosnia. You're a Bosniak yourself, but you're very worried about the rise of radical Islam in your country.
It is the direct consequences of the war, of the Karadzic and Milosevic shells. And they opened the door to this extremism. Before the war, we couldn't see this kind of thing in Bosnia. The money came from probably from Saudi Arabia or Al-Qaeda. It is money behind these things, of course.
Jasna, you wanted to show us your favorite places in Sarajevo. We will start with...
Yes, with the tekke of Sinanaga and the sheikh of this tekke and another kind of Islam, Sufi, very tolerant. You're going to see. Let us go.
I'll follow you. So Jasna, what is a tekke?
The tekke, it is a sort of a monastery for the dervish. And who are dervishes? Dervishes is a member of the Sufism order. It's called also parallel Islam. And this tekke is from 16th century, one of the oldest tekke here.
You feel very passionate about dervishes.
It was very poetical idea for me. Everything is secret for man. This is a secret, but it is also God. I am reflection of God. This cemetery is reflection of God, and everything is God here.
So Jasna, the prayers, the rituals are led by a spiritual leader called a sheikh. Do you think he will let us in?
Yes, we can together go together.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Sheikh, thank you very much for allowing us in the Semahane, in the tekke. Tell us more about the rituals that take place here.
The Semahana is the main room inside the tekke, our Sufi mosque. This is where we perform all our rituals, especially the zikr, which is where we invoke all the many names of God, as many as 1,000. Here we sing and play instruments to praise God in verse. It's a way of setting our spirits free from the constraints of our bodies. Because for us, our bodies are the main obstacle to becoming one with God.
Jasna, we're now on Latin Bridge, a very symbolic place which marks the beginning of the First World War.
Yes, it's true, because in 28th of June in 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a young Serb who was manipulated by Serbia, killed here the inheritor of throne of Austrian Empire, Franz Ferdinand, who came here in an official visit to Sarajevo and to Bosnia. They thought that it would be the end of Austrian Empire.
He was killed just over there.
Just over there, yes, it is a museum now. After that, Austria declared war against Serbia. And after that, the other country entered in the war, known after that the Great War. Now we are in front of Music Academy, and I studied here piano when I was a child and when I was very young, of course. This building, it is from Austrian epoch. Unfortunately, it is also the consequence of the war. Maybe one day it will be restored, and I am so emotional when I am in front of this building, because I like music and I continue to play piano. I would like to show you a class maybe of solfège if you want. Okay? Let's go.
Možemo, ja ću malo svirati. Ja ću da znam kako.
Jasno, the National Museum was once the pride of Bosnia. Nowadays it's closed because there's no more money to pay the bills.
Yes, it proved the absurdity of Bosnia, of the existence of Bosnia, because Bosnia is divided. There are two entities, there are many cantons, districts here, many parties, many nationalists, and nobody wanted to pay. One of the most important things preserved here was the Jewish Haggadah. It is a manuscript in Hebrew, very old manuscript, and Haggadah must be inside, but without temperature, without anything. It is scandalous, I think, for all the world. There were demonstrations here against that, but it is closed. It is completely closed. It is written in Bosnian and in English, closed. I hope not forever.
It's already the end of our show. I'll leave you with a view of Gazi Husrev Bey Mosque, one of the highlights of Sarajevo. This was the last program of our Europe District series. You can view our previous shows on our website at france24.com. Our Europe team will return next month with a brand new program called Europe Now. You'll find out more in January.